The latest presidential tweet, here it is. We cannot allow all of these people to invade our country. When somebody comes in, we must immediately, with no judges or court cases, bring them back from where they came. Our system is a mockery to good immigration policy and law and order. Most children come without parents. Congressman Andy Biggs, Republican from Arizona, is with us. The immediate response to that tweet was, the president is abandoning due process. What's your response?
Well, actually, if you're an illegal immigrant, I'm not sure you're entitled to due process, but for the Wilberforce law. The reality is we have 50,000 people crossing the border. We've got a massive surge. You have 500 at least unaccompanied minors a day. We're looking at 30,000 more coming in. I understand exactly the frustration that the president feels. Congress is dithered on building a wall. It's a huge problem, and he's right. It is a mockery.
Well, look, you're on the border. I mean, you're a border state congressman. There's not going to be a fix for the immigration situation anytime soon. I don't care what happens in Congress. It's not going to happen. There's not going to be a new system introduced suddenly, and yet we have thousands of people coming to the border as we speak. It's going to be absolute chaos, isn't it?
Well, it's already absolute chaos. If you talk to Border Patrol officers, you have people who are deliberately now crossing the border and going to the Border Patrol officers. There used to be they have to chase them down, but now they're going to the Border Patrol officers and saying, I want asylum. So you've got the asylum issue as well, instead of going to the port of entry, which would be the normal legal way of doing it. So it's a chaotic situation. It's going to continue with chaos until you secure the border. You start putting up a wall.
We're not going to do that, you see. I mean, we're not going to do that. And the fact that we're not doing that encourages more people to come. Look, I think there's a crisis here. You know, I keep saying this, but it reminds me of Europe, when that army of migrants marched on Europe for humanitarian reasons or whatever. Angela Merkel let them in. We're in the same situation. We've probably got hundreds of thousands of people coming towards our border, and I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, and that's why I'm with President Trump on this. You have to start sending them back. You can't let them in, because one side of our country says, well, just let them in, we'll release them into the country. That catch and release is a disaster as a policy, and it's an incentive for more people to come. You've got no doubt the guy who's going to be the president of Mexico when he's elected. He's a Marxist. He has said, let's empty our cities and towns and march them up to the United States and let them know that they can't have a border, they can't have a fence, they can't have a wall, they can't stop people. Something has to be done immediately, and I'm going to call this a virtual border wall, which is what he's trying to create. That's what he's trying to do, I think.
Do the Democrats have any plan at all? I know you're a Republican, I shouldn't be asking you this, but do they have a plan other than open borders, let them in?
No, well, their plan is this. Yeah, they want to let people in, number one. That's one thing. And the second thing is they want basically general amnesty for everyone who's already here who's illegally in the country. So it's a twofold plan. Erase the border and grant amnesty if you've been here illegally. That's their plan.
Congressman Biggs, thanks for joining us, sir, on an extremely tough subject. It's hard to get to grips with. But thanks for joining us, sir. We appreciate it.